of the case that is being investigated against the probationary officer, the IAS probationary officer Puja Khedkar. In the latest, in fact, we're learning that Puja Khedkar's training in Maharashtra has been cancelled. She's been called back to Mussoorie. That's the latest bit of breaking news update coming in, that she's now been asked to come back to Mussoorie. Remember, this controversy is about the 2023 batch officer from Ahmednagar, Puja Khedkar, who's made headlines for all the wrong reasons. This after several reports came to light that she lied about her mental and visual condition to secure an officer's post despite an unremarkable score in this comparative qualifying examination. And now we're learning that her training stands cancelled. She's been called back to Mussoorie. Let me go across to Yasha joining us with more details. Yasha, what does this mean? And tell us a little bit about what we've seen in terms of investigation the last few hours.
So now this very officer, that is Puja Khedkar, she's been called back to the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration at Mussoorie. This is, like you rightly mentioned, with respect to her training program, which has been kept on hold, and she has been issued an immediate recall for necessary action. Now here in this case, considering that she is under the scanner, particularly for having produced fake documents to get her IAS exam cleared, is where for getting her UPSC exam cleared is where she was under the scanner, and now she's been called back. She has several inquiries which is pending against her. As a part of the whole IAS program, she was as a probationary officer, which is where she was deputed in Maharashtra, earlier in Pune, and then as a punishment posting she was sent to Wasim. In Wasim as well, there were several allegations against her and her family, which are now all under the radar, which are all under the scanner by the Maharashtra government. In fact, when you speak of the central government, they had also formed a one-member committee to further understand the allegations against her. So amidst all of this, we've seen that a notice has been issued, in fact, by the Chief Secretary of the state, wherein it's mentioned that Puja Khedkar will have to her training right now in Maharashtra is cancelled because considering that she's undergoing the allegations, she's under the scanner, and inquiry needs to be made against on the basis of the allegations that are leveled against her, is where they will need to further investigate, and which is she's asked to report to the academy not later than July 23. Now this is because, like we've been rightly mentioning, that she's under the scanner for allegedly forging disability certificate to clear the civil service examination. Yes.
Now, what's been Puja Khedkar's response? How has she responded to the allegations that have surfaced against the kind of reports that have been doing the rounds, and most importantly, the manner in which some of these certificates have also come to public domain?
So as of now, of course, Puja Khedkar has been titled on the new development, that is being called back to the academy. But otherwise, when you speak of the allegations that have been leveled against her, right from forging the disability certificate to this committee being formed, she has refused to not speak too much on this. In fact, she said that whatever is her response, she'll be mentioning that before the committee, and she would not want to speak openly about this before the media. In fact, she had also mentioned that she was happy to work at Wasim. After she joined Wasim, she had a training program which she had to undergo. In fact, it was a packed schedule until November, where she was supposed to be given an independent charge. But now, with the current development, all of these trainings are on hold, and which is where she'll have to report back to the Mussoorie. Her training program, as part of a probationary training program, which she was in Maharashtra, she worked as a probationary officer at the collector's office in Pune. But while she was at Wasim, also she had to undergo training with the PWT and irrigation department. Apart from that, she also had to undergo training with the tribal department, and was also supposed to be in Mumbai in October, wherein she had to undergo training at Mantralaya. By November, she would have gotten her independent charge and would have to continue at Wasim until March 2025 to complete her probation training. But clearly, with questions being raised on forging disability certificate, also using the caste certificate, is something she was under the scanner, and which is where in order to clear the civil service exam, which is where now with her being under the scanner, this notice has been issued by the state.
The investigation is most certainly not favouring her. It's very clear by the manner in which she's been called back to Mussoorie. But I want to understand more in terms of everything that the investigators have been able to find out. Arunima joins us with all of those details. Arunima, tell us a little bit about, the fake certificate case, that aspect that has been looked into by the investigators. What have they been able to essentially find out?
Yes, so a one-member inquiry is on by an additional secretary level officer of DOPT. The committee actually traveled to Maharashtra to gather more information. Now, it's very clear from hospitals in Pune how there were attempts to get multiple medical certificates, which falsely certified that there were problems with her as far as physical disability, as far as mental depression, all of these certificates that she sought from the hospital. It seems that, the full information was not disclosed. That's what the committee has found out prima facie. And, we got indication from the top level of the government, last week itself, that things are not looking too bright for Puja. It's building towards termination. So the decision that has been taken by Labasna, that's the Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy, where the IAS officers, the probationers undergo training. So till the time they actually join full-time post, Labasna is the controlling authority, and that is under UPSC. So then cancelling her, training in Maharashtra and recalling her to the academy is, I think, step one. There could be more trouble for her. We've already reported that things are now gearing up for possible termination.
What about Puja Khedkar's parents? Have the police been able to get a hold of them? Have they been able to question her? Remember, her father's link was being spoken of, how he's a retired government officer, and in that sense, she may have had misused, some of the powers or some of the contacts that he was enjoying or had established over the last few years.
Yes, so the police case is a different case then. There are multiple levels at which probe is going on. We do know that a local collector in Pune first sent a report to the chief secretary. That was undertaken. She was transferred to Wasim. That is when, further allegations started unraveling about her father misusing his position, about the father's, declaration of his own assets. Then the video emerged of the mother wielding a weapon. So there are multiple levels at which probe is being carried out. For now, we do have a confirmation from Labasna that they have taken action against Puja. But then there could be more police action as well against the family. Things are not looking too bright for them at all.
Okay, things not looking good for Puja Khedkar. Many thanks, Arunima, for